stop that music right now so we can get into it. July 21st, 2024, here on High Off the Glass. The plant-based takeover today. Today. The plant-based takeover on the High Off the Glass show. We get in preparation for our new show presented by redblackandvegan.com. The Road Tripping Vegans got a new show coming out called Tequila and Tofu, the plant-based podcast. But we're going to get into that a little later. We got a couple of guests today. Well, only one of our guests is here right now. And we got Mr. Antoine Frosky Adams. I don't have any sound effects.
Right. What's up, everybody?
No, but this is an old friend of mine. Guy I've been knowing for a very long time. Incredibly nice person. Just got a few things that we're going to spotlight today. When it comes to living a plant-based or a vegan lifestyle or diet per se, there's a couple of different things that, some people have to understand and realize. Also, I'm sorry, I need to be slapped for not introducing my lovely co-host, the curly vegan from the Road Tripping Vegans. This wonderful woman to my right, my wife, Marchette.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so once again, and we got a couple other people that's going to show up today. We're going to keep that off to the side. It's supposed to be the restaurant Bougie Bites, St. Louis, and hopefully they'll be showing up soon. But a couple of things that we want to touch on when we talk about a plant-based diet. It's a lifestyle change that emphasizes plant-based foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. It can also include healthy fats, fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals. Now, with you as my guest today, a couple of things, I know that we talked about before, but we're going to go back into it. Like, I know you saying you're not vegan per se.
Right.
But first of all, let's just get into a little background. Where exactly are you from?
From St. Louis, Missouri, originally. North Side, Baden, Aficionado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know a few people from that part of town.
Yeah, for sure. Good people, good town.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to tell the people what you do for a living?
I am currently a barber, stylist, more so on the stylist end. Been doing this since I was 10 years old, so many moons ago, So just been doing that. I have some other endeavors that I got going on, and just keeping it going, man. And on top of everything you're doing, you gotta take care of yourself. Like, without taking care of yourself, the money or anything else doesn't mean anything. So
right,
that's priority number one.
Now, what made you want to be a barber?
Well, to be honest, like all my guys, everybody hustle, so, what I'm saying, they was in the street, what I'm saying, selling dope and doing all what they do, so, that wasn't my way out, I didn't want to see my mom hurt or anything like that, so I took another route and picked up clippers instead of, getting on the corners with my guys.
Y'all see these long locks, but he used to cut my hair a long time ago. That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
I ain't had a haircut in a long time.
For sure.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, if you could remember one of your most wildest experiences from any barbershop, whether it be good, bad, or let's say one good, one bad. Now, we don't have to get too wild.
Yeah. I mean,
but this is an adult show.
Yeah. We always had some things going on at the barbershops, and
Now, if it's something you can't mention, that's
understandable.
It's
cool. I mean, we grown. I mean, we would, shut the doors and close the curtains, and instead of going across to the east side, we brought it to us.
Right.
So yeah.
That's right. That's right. You used to promote parties
Yeah,
a
yeah,
long
yeah.
time ago. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
he used to promote. He used to promote parties. Anybody who know this man, he promoted parties like
Yeah.
Luke before Luke
Yes, sir.
here in St. Louis.
To and fro
And
productions.
this was as a teenager.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And there's
We,
many people throughout this city that can and will vouch for that.
yeah, for sure.
Um, one thing I wanted to ask you as well: why flexitarian?
Okay. I mean, and again, I guess you could say flexitarian, but for me, it's just like I just don't eat meat because, like, when you start putting titles on things, you put restrictions. So
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to be restricted because, like, it's some days that I may eat just fruit. Some days I may just eat fruits and vegetables. Some
Mm-hmm.
days I may eat seafood and fruit. You know what I'm saying? Some days I may fast. Some days I may juice. So with all that in conjunction, there's no one thing that you can call me.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing to
Mm-hmm.
not get restricted to certain things because people would definitely or humans would definitely be like, hey, you said you were a no, that's not what I said. So I just tell people I just don't eat meat. I don't even put a title on what I'm doing because I'm steady evolving for myself. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. I might go vegan. I don't know, but like I don't like the restrictions on that. Like it's a real strict. That's why I never even wanted to be that. Like it's really intense. And some
Mm-hmm.
days I don't want to be intense. Some days I just want to chill.
I understand. I
Yeah.
Can I ask
understand.
a
So
question?
yeah.
So you said you do sometimes eat seafood.
Yes.
What about dairy?
Um, I don't drink milk. I drink almond milk, oat milk, rice milk,
Okay.
and I'm finna start making my own milk because I'm just tired of all the additives and things of
Right.
that nature.
Yeah.
Um, so occasionally I might have a grilled cheese. I
Okay.
haven't really messed with the plant-based cheese to really find one that I like. And that Emo's cheese is so fire. I mean, like, oh man, like
Yeah.
a
It's
good
hard to give that up.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. So
Yes.
that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So with that,
Mm.
but as far as like drinking milk
Uh
and
huh.
like my daily intake with dairy, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned making your own almond milk.
Yes.
That's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done any research yet
Yeah.
on it, but if you need help, let me know.
Yeah, I was actually gonna buy it's called a Healthy Cow or something like that. It's a machine where you just put the ingredients in there and then
Yeah.
it yeah.
It's really just almonds, filtered milk.
Yeah.
You just let the almonds soak
Yeah.
overnight. Put in a blender and then just run it through a
Strain it.
cheesecloth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
strain out the pulp.
Mhm.
You mentioned cheese. That was one of my difficult
Mhm.
things when I gave up dairy was trying to find a vegan cheese that I
That you
like, the
like, right?
flavor.
And then melt
Yeah, exactly.
it.
So I've learned to make my own cashew cheese.
Okay.
But as far as like slices of cheese, things like that, shredded cheese, I'm still on a journey to
Right.
find a good company
For
that
sure.
mimics the taste of cheese.
Yeah.
But that was my biggest struggle.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to give up
Yeah.
meat or fish, but cheese was definitely
Yeah.
hard to give up.
Yeah.
That cashew cheese that she make is
I'm
off the
sure it's
hook too.
fire.
Yo,
I'm
trust me,
sure.
trust me.
I'm sure.
It,
We should have had some today.
Good call
uh,
out.
um, is there anything in particular, as far as a life event or anything that you made you sit back and think like, I really want to focus more on my health, not so much just my diet, but just my health. Period.
um, just evolving as a person. Once you start,
Around what age would you say when this, let's say, light bulb clicked on?
as far as when the meat stuff or just,
Everything, right?
um, like everything, I really ate pretty healthy for the most part. But then, literally, it's been a total of 18 years that I haven't eaten meat. So it'll be 19 this November. But so I can say like 18 years ago, it really just made sense to me to start doing things different and then just being around different people and and not that they influenced me per se because I was already evolving as a
Mhm.
person. And going to different like back in the day. I remember my first places that I went to. One of my good buddies, Kelly Wembley. He told me about this place called Eternities. It used to be a well, totally vegan
Mhm.
place that was here. And when I said the food was amazing,
Hmm.
oh man, it just turned me all the way on. And then they had CDs and DVDs, and
Mhm.
it's called the one particular one that I remember. It was called Chew on This, and it
Mhm.
showed all how stuff was processed and
Mhm.
chicken and all that. So it was like, nah, this stuff ain't right. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, we've been
Mhm.
feeding us poison and toxins and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
was like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And then just like even with beef, like the beef would have lesions and all kinds of diseased meat, and they still sell it, and people still eat it. I'm like, oh no, that's
Yes.
not what I'm finna do.
Right.
So
Yeah.
definitely a change.
Now, did you ever find yourself, like, quote unquote, like they say at church, like witnessing or testifying to other people,
As far as
as far as
just,
just like the changes that you were
oh
noticing
yeah, yeah,
within
yeah,
yourself?
just every day, every day, every day. You know, from different people, from clients to just people, family members, and everything, and they see the change.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
great. That's
so
great. We want to welcome Bougie Bites in. They just got here, everybody.
hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
All right. This is Mr. Antoine Frosky Adams. He's
How you
uh,
doing?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
All right,
Yeah.
and
Latoya.
all right.
Latoya. I'm
Yes.
I'm Damon. And this is Marchette.
Yes.
We're the
Hi.
Road
Nice to
Tripping
meet you.
Vegans. And you've seen us around many times. But he was just really explaining some of the things that he's going through with changing his lifestyle change as far as going to a more healthier diet
Oh,
and
okay.
things that he's experienced. So with that being said, you did bring a dish today.
I did.
Now this is something that you made. Now, I'm sorry. Before we go into that dish, I'm already anticipating this dish. But
Right, right, right.
let's speak some about your cooking endeavors and what you do with that.
Right. So, I guess just like I said, just changing my lifestyle, knowing that a lot of stuff is processed and
Mhm.
things of that nature. So it's just to know that to get better products and better ingredients and things of that nature. So just doing everything different, instead of trying to eat out all the time. And like I'm really cool on that. Like most people, and even in restaurants, like they can't cook like for real. Like I
Right.
understand, like it's some places that I jam with that are really good, but like they're not consistent, So
Yeah.
that's my thing, to go somewhere that's consistent and pay you good money and things of
Mhm.
that nature,
Hmm.
and to have good service. So it prompted me to do a lot of different things, and go to the markets, and like I love the market, and just
Hmm.
getting all kinds of good things to cook with and good ingredients.
Now, I want to thank you for that. Now, before we go any further, though, I do need to give a big shout out to our sponsors, St. Louis Cannabis Club. And if anybody wants to call in today and speak with Mr. Adams or Bougie Bites or the Road Tripping Vegans, it's 515-599-1687. 515-599-1687. Now we're gonna get into this dish that you brought by here today.
Okay, that's what's up.
I do have one question while we're getting into the dish. You mentioned sometimes you dine out.
Yes.
Sometimes when I dine out, I have experiences and I'm like, ooh, this is really good,
Mm-hmm.
but I can make this at home. Have you ever
Correct.
had that thought and try to go home and make that same recipe?
Sometimes, and then sometimes it's like, instead of doing it, like if I can get somebody to make it, I'll just have them make it. So
Yeah,
but
yeah,
sometimes I do be like, you know what, I
yeah,
could have did this better.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, it is fun venturing out and trying different meals.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
All
yes.
right, let's get into the dish.
All right.
And my,
Oh, you want me to?
yeah,
I mean,
First, we gonna let the people know what this dish is. This is roasted potato primavera.
yes, 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 yes.
Close up of it.
Let's get into it.
Ooh,
Get into it. I know
so
the people want to
Now,
good.
see.
describe,
This is
tell these people what's in this dish.
This is roasted potatoes, broccoli, tomatoes, peas, And that's it, you know. And love, that's my special ingredient. So
And some good seasonings.
yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
That looks really good.
Everybody, show everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. Bougie bites
It looks really good.
in the building.
Yeah, please make us all a little small plate.
Yeah.
And while we on we gonna come back to you with a couple other questions. But while we on the subject of eating out, we do have a special guest today in the house. That is Bougie Bites Restaurant from Bougie Bites St. Louis Restaurant. Bougie Bites
Yeah, that's
STL.
perfect, thank you.
Bougie
Yes.
Bites STL. Let me make sure I can say that right.
Perfect. Thank you.
And we want to give y'all a big thank you for coming by today.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the twerkiness. You know, the woes of
That's
running
quite
a
all
food
right.
truck.
That's
and
quite. That's
having
why I
a
was telling them.
restaurant.
I was telling them. I was like, I saw the other day that y'all was supposed to be in Lebanon, Illinois today.
Yeah, it is.
From like, what was it, like 11 to 3 or something?
It was from 9 to 3.
9 to 3.
And then this morning we had a flat tire, and I contacted the organizer. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope everything's working because it's not until next week." And I'm like, "Wait, no, the email said the 21st."
Oh wow.
And then she said, "You're right. That was our fault. It's for next week." So it kind of, I was like, "Okay, well there we
Alright.
go."
Now, your name is Latoya,
It is.
and are you from St. Louis?
I am from St. Louis.
Okay. Are you vegan?
No, I'm not. Surprisingly.
Oh, great then.
Yeah, definitely a different perspective.
So that leads me to this next question: is why vegan cooking?
Yeah, so vegan as a whole, or just like why did I start Bougie Bites, or which direction?
Both.
Okay, so before Bougie Bites, I just naturally will go on like just fasting diets. I'll go like vegetarian, vegan, juicing. I'll do like 60 days, 30 days, my own, just challenging myself to see if I can like go without having these foods that you grew up with and things of that nature.
You can't go without eating that.
And then during the pandemic, it was really challenging finding something that was late night, and I knew that we didn't have really nothing late night during pandemic. So I started Bougie Bites really in 2021.
Get back to you.
Business registration, got it all lined up. I wanted something late night, and then I wanted something that was accessible, that wasn't just necessarily a meat. I wanted an alternative, and I wanted, like, accessibility was important to me for people who look like me. So, like,
Right.
you know, I'm in these spaces, we're doing yoga, they eat juicing, you know, eating different food, vegan food and vegetarian food, because I noticed that people, particularly in our community, kind of was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm on this diet, I'm vegan," and then I'm like, "Oh, well, what are you eating?" And then they didn't realize that there is a difference, you know.
Yes.
I'm like, "No, you vegetarian. I don't think
Yeah.
you're vegan." So kind of like just
Yeah.
being informative
Definitely.
about what that is,
Right.
and it's okay. But just like, okay, we don't have access to things like that.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes into like classes, like, okay,
Right.
and I didn't want that. I was like, so the whole thing is like reimagining foods that we eat every day,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it has to be flavorful.
Yeah.
It's
It's got
just
to be,
vegan.
as we say, fire.
Exactly.
Right.
It's got to
So,
taste good.
You know, that's what Bougie Bites came along.
Yeah.
And then too, when you tell people that you vegan or you
Yeah.
vegetarian, they think you already bougie. So the name
Exactly.
was kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And I like the name. The name is super dope.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't understand why people automatically go with the
They do.
bougie
They
part.
do.
It's like,
Yeah,
I mean,
we're trying to
I mean,
be more healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, but think about it. It is bougie
yeah,
because
they're like, oh, it's so
it-
expensive for like.
and it means you care. That's
It's
all
not,
it means.
it's
Like,
not bougie to be healthy.
Yeah,
That's what
but
we
it's just
try-
like-
that's the whole stereotype that we trying to break.
right.
It is not bougie to be healthy.
But I'll be bougie. I'll take that. I'll take all that.
Oh, yeah, don't
you
get me
know,
wrong.
It's just like you get some dirt on your shoe. And you're like, oh, let me get this dirt off my shoe. Like,
It's just like your diet.
Yeah,
You-
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
and
Uh,
and,
go
and,
ahead.
and with what you're saying, as far as just being vegetarian and vegan, like some people get the misconstrued
Yeah.
of what they are, and you know, people saying, "Oh, I'm vegan." No, you're not. Like vegan is so restricted, and it's, I mean, not restricted, but like you can't do dairy, no eggs, no, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
with vegetarian, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But people want to be so in the now, right now. So
Yeah.
they want to be the titles. I was just telling them before you came in, like, I don't want the title.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to do what I want. But I am living a different lifestyle of choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not a choice. And I don't need the titles to restrict what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, if that makes sense.
Well, according to Latoya, it's plant-based everything.
Everything. Yes.
That's a nice slogan. That's a real nice slogan. When we first,
Yeah.
when I first was put on y'all, I was told about y'all. I was working at another location, and a good friend of mine, shout out Chris Metters.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Chris told me, he was like, man, Chris, my boy, you know I got to get on you, Chris. He's from down south. He was like, man, you heard of Boogie Bites?
Boogie Bites.
And automatically, I knew it was like, that's not the name. So I looked it up.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay. You know, that's the first, but that's like what you were saying though. The first thing that we tripped off of, like they stay open late.
Yeah.
And that's the
I
main
saw that.
thing within the vegan
Yeah.
community. Like
Yeah.
nobody stay open late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But getting back to some of the things that you were saying, and one question that I wanted to ask you, what has been the public and the vegan community's response to your business?
I think it's been a great response. Naturally, when I started the business, our target audience was not vegan people. It was people who eat regular food. It's just giving them accessibility and awareness of an alternative than meat. So it's like, okay, you have this option. It's here available for you. And it's people that look like you that's making it. So it actually tastes good. And it's not like your typical salad. You know, when you think
Right.
about like vegetarian, vegan food, it's like, oh, well, I don't eat vegetables. Or, you know. So that's why I said when I was working with my chef to create the recipes, I was like, this has to literally taste like food that we eat every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if not, then
What are we
people,
doing?
yeah, they're not, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get
They're
into
not
some of
gonna-
that menu.
They're not gonna like it.
Yes.
What would you say? First of all, how long have you guys been in business?
Yeah, so we I started in 21, but I didn't launch it until last year during Mardi Gras, February of 2023. Because it took that long when I started it. I'm like, oh, it'll be easy to find a food truck, and then going through that process of finding the food truck, and then once I got the food truck, going through the license process of getting it licensed here in St. Louis is actually insane.
Yeah.
So that was it was a longer process than what I thought.
Speak, if you can. I'm sorry. Speak on that a little bit more because some people think it's such an easy process to just get a food truck and start selling food.
Yeah. So, so I got the food truck, and then I realized, okay, each municipality, like you have to get a St. Louis City health inspection, and you have to get a St. Louis County health inspection, and then if you want to be in like Bridgeton or St. Anne, you have to apply for a business license for each municipality to even be set up there.
Wow.
Which is just a money grab, really, because it doesn't make sense if you have one business.
Right,
One
for
business
the city
license.
and the county. That should be it.
Yeah, which is crazy. And then you have to get like your suspensions and propane inspections through the fire department. It was like all these things. And then even my friends who had restaurants, I was asking them, which made me realize, I'm like, these people are not running their business the right way.
No.
Correct.
No one could help me with the application for the health department. And I was
Right.
just like, and when I sat down, I was like, it's only temperatures. But for mine, it was very much different because it's vegan food.
Right.
And certain of the things really just did not apply.
Exactly.
And people that are, you know, they're some of my friends that run restaurants. I'm like, y'all don't know how to do this. So now you can't tell me nothing. Like
Right,
I can
exactly.
do that health
So you can do a
application.
class on.
Yeah, back and front.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And you know what? You might should do a class,
Yeah,
and you know,
should.
because like what I'm hearing, I hear a lot of people saying that they want to do food trucks and things of that nature, and it's like I've never heard that as far as
Yeah.
like with the different municipalities. You would think like, okay, if you do it in St. Louis and the county, that was
Yeah.
it, because St. Louis County should cover the rest of the counties.
Yeah.
But like
No.
you said,
And St. Louis City is
They're
different
greedy.
too. It's like even like downtown Washington, you have to have a street permit. Like
Right.
that's another money grab.
Right.
Like you can't even be in certain areas in St. Louis City without
Correct.
having a street
Yeah,
permit.
yeah,
to
I
even
think they
be on
called it
there,
because
which
I
is
had one. I used
crazy.
to sell T-shirts, peddler's permit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. But
And then too for St. Louis City, you can't in downtown area particularly. You cannot operate past 11 p.m. And it's really weird. And that's only like in the downtown area. But like if you're in other areas of St. Louis, you can, which is really weird.
Yeah.
So
Like you said, a money grab.
yeah.
Billy King.
Yeah, we got Mr. Billy King just
What's up,
came through.
homeboy?
Before I get to my next question, I do want to let the people know that yes, this dish tastes incredibly good.
Does, yes.
Yeah, I'm not just saying that. This is it's almost reminiscent of like some stew, but without basically without the meat, oxtails, turkey necks, whatever y'all want to say. But it's incredibly good. The spice in it and the tomato sauce, all of it. Yeah, the peas. Mine is gone. You know, I just had to get that off. But I know some people might have been thinking, like, you know, what the food tastes like. It's great.
Thank you.
Quit being nosy.
And we're live on Instagram, and they're asking again, what are we eating? So can you describe it for us one more time, please?
It's called, well, I call it roasted potato primavera. So it's just my own take on food and just food that I eat. So it's roasted potatoes, charred tomatoes, peas, broccoli, marinara sauce. Oh.
For the people who didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't already started on that. It's good. Smells delicious too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing that I noticed about being plant-based is, yeah, you're gonna eat. You're gonna eat a lot, and it's always gonna be good. But it should be, depending on who's making it. But what you were saying leads to my next question to you, which was explain being in a shared space.
Oh yeah, the ghost kitchen.
Right, because a lot of people don't. For the people who don't know, their address is 1260.
2360.
2360 Hampton. 2360 Hampton at the Hill Food Company.
Yes. So with the food truck, you have to work from a commercial kitchen. So we were working in a commissary kitchen before I found the Hill Co. out in Fenton, because you have to be in a commercial kitchen to prepare food to sell to the public in order to get your health permits and all of that too. So as I was looking for a space, I came across this space. They had not opened yet. It was early last year, 2023. They had not opened yet. And there was no other like small spaces available, commercial spaces at the time that already had a hood system. So I was like, okay, this place is great. It already had the hood system in there, the 3-compartment sink. All you have to do is move in your furniture, like your refrigerators, your grills, or your flat tops. And it's 22 kitchens in there. Whoever owns it is making a killer, because like rent is anywhere, like we pay $4,200 a month for a,
And
I think it's like 100 square feet.
Like 9 different restaurants in there.
That's 22 kitchens.
Wow.
And they're filling up. They haven't got all of them filled, but they're filling up, and that's on the low end. Like,
man.
So, yeah. And the concept was like, okay, you have the equipment already there, and then you use one platform for your delivery pickup, so you're not having like before we had multiple tablets on the truck, like the DoorDash tablet, the Grubhub, and the Uber Eats tablet, but they have a process that's just one tablet that everything is streamlined through, and then whatever your own online ordering process.
How was that?
I mean, it's okay. Like, I mean, in the beginning, because it was only like 2 or 3 of us in the kitchen, but now as it's beginning, it's just like, I'm not renewing my lease. So,
Okay.
So we're in the process of now of looking for a commercial space, because I'm not renewing it, and it's up in September. So if I have to go month to month, I will. But
so let me ask you a question, just on Bougie Bites on a whole. How is the city receiving you and receiving your food?
I have nothing but positive feedback.
Okay.
So the food truck and the kitchen kind of run as 2 separate businesses.
Okay.
But I haven't got any like negative comments. I look at my Google reviews. Some people talk about like as far as like pricing, but the price is the price. It's just that.
Exactly. And they have to understand, like, it's going to cost more.
Yeah, the price is the price.
Yeah.
And I wish I can tell, Impossible or any of the other distributors that we
But
work with about their pricing, but we can't. So
Yeah.
it's just like that's what we
Yeah.
have, and that's what, yeah.
Yeah, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but people pay for what they want.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Don't change. Just
Yeah.
you know what you need to do, and that's it. If they want it, cool. If they don't,
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine, too.
yeah. Because the main thing is like at the end of the day, our food is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
The customer service is on point.
Mhm.
And those two pillars,
Yeah.
like you set up for success.
Yeah, and you've brought food today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to before we open it, we want to touch on a couple of things
All
on
right.
that on
Sure.
that menu, because when we first came and saw y'all,
Yeah.
We
Was
was
you
like-
on the truck or you kitchen? You did the kitchen or the truck?
kitchen.
Okay, the kitchen.
we was like, "Oh man, they got vegan shrimp."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really only like 3 or 4 people who was doing shrimp.
Oh yes.
So it was like, oh man, and on top of that, it was great.
Yeah, it's monk bead and seaweed, and I'm so sad because the distributor actually went out of business. So now we're in the process of finding a new distributor that makes those, which it was such a great product, and I'm not sure if they didn't get enough funding or what, but I was really sad about it. They went out of business earlier this year.
We were sad too.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Believe me,
we
'cause
were sad.
for about a month, it was showing on the website like sold out,
I
sold
saw
out,
that.
sold
Yeah, I
out.
saw that.
I'm like, damn, they gonna never have this shrimp again.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Man, that shrimp was outstanding. That
Yeah.
shrimp was fire. What would you say would be the best selling dish?
Right now is our egg rolls. So it was the shrimp too. The shrimp it was top 3, which was the egg rolls, the bougie AF, and the shrimp. Hands down, those were the top sellers.
Okay. So before we open that bag,
Oh,
brick and mortar versus a food truck, which one would you prefer?
I think both. So initially it started off with the food truck, and then obviously it dawned on me as wintertime came, like, oh shoot,
Right.
people are not, like, this is not a warm climate city, so
Right.
what do you do in the wintertime?
Exactly.
We still was out, but we needed to have, like, because people don't want, it wasn't that many events, and it wasn't a lot of places that we can just, like, set up at.
Because I noticed y'all be everywhere.
Yeah.
Be everywhere, and that's a good thing. Because like last week when at St. Louis Vegan Market,
Oh yeah, the market.
we saw y'all there last
That
week.
was one of the busiest
And-
market times too.
Yeah,
because
and-
they added more vendors this time.
Excuse me. It made me think though, with as many people that claim that they're in part of this vegan community, it should have been way more people there. I think it should be more restaurants. I know they have it, different times.
Yeah.
But I think it could be a lot bigger.
Yeah, I think they're struggling right now with just volunteers to kind of like push that, because it takes a lot to like coordinate and organize an event, and it's not like a large ticket price to become a vendor at the event. So it's more like, I guess, maybe awareness, because I know it's people
Right.
out there that want to make products or food things, and it's really simple on like applying for a temporary health permit to set up your tent and kind of go from there.
I know when we was at Vegan Dale last month in Chicago.
Oh, it goes crazy.
Yeah, it made me realize I know we could do that here.
Oh, yeah.
with no problem.
Exactly.
Because that's ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Somebody need to step up.
Yeah, we gonna make that happen. RedBlackandVegan.com. We gonna make that happen. Straight up. We gonna be with the help of Bougie Bites. That's what we aiming to do in the future though. But
Yeah.
that's the purpose of us setting up this website, is to try to in the future be a place where we can link up all minority plant-based
Yeah.
businesses
Oh yeah.
to have a directory.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So you ever heard of Leafly?
Mhm.
We got an app in development coming like that for
Good.
vegan
And the other
restaurants.
one, it's not
Happy
vegan only,
Cow.
but the Happy Cow is.
Yeah, see that's that
Yeah.
we don't want to do it like Happy Cow, because we just want to keep it all plant-based.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
you have so many times where people would go somewhere and they don't know where to go or where they can go. So
Right.
if you already have this app letting you know,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm already 4.2 miles from Bougie
Exactly.
Bites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I
like,
can
think
go
there's
there.
Another one, Eat Okra or something like that, or Okra.
Hopefully
it's
it's gonna
not-
be Red, Black, and Vegan.
Yeah. There we go.
We're gonna speak that into
what's
existence. That's the new app that's coming, and we got our new show coming, Tequila and Tofu. and we gonna hopefully have y'all on that show in the future.
That's what's
For
up.
real. So let's get into this bag and see what you brought for these
Oh,
people to
you
see
want me?
today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You want Bill to try some of this booty bites? Is he gonna come over to the table?
Yeah, me too.
I just bought the egg rolls and then.
Hold on, now we got another special guest out in the audience, y'all, Mr. Billy King, and he is a well-known professed meat lover,
That's why you need to come over.
and we gonna show him today.
Oh wow! Okay.
He gonna learn today about this plant-based takeover. He gonna learn today that we are having a great time with everything that we eat, all the time, straight up. So let's
Could you open it so I can?
Oh sure. Yeah.
Get a good view?
now we've had this food many times. For anybody who don't know,
Well,
yeah,
there's
no,
never
you can ring that bell. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
These are the egg rolls.
For anybody who's watching within
Cheeseburger
the
egg rolls.
plant-based community
All plant-based.
online, this is our good friends from Bougie Bites St. Louis. These are the cheeseburger egg rolls.
Is this the banger?
It's the Bougie
Yeah,
Banger
that's the
Burger.
banger.
Now, do y'all use Impossible or Beyond? Or
We use Impossible, but and Beyond sales rep just hit me up last week and wondering why I don't use their product, and I was just telling them it's at least a chalky aftertaste. It doesn't matter how much you season it or whatever, but they said that they have
The new
kind of redid their ingredients, so they're supposed to be sending me some samples, so we'll see.
yeah, I did
Yeah,
see
I
they
think
got
it's like with
that.
avocado oil now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
we
that.
shall see how that goes.
Yeah.
I like Beyond.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we cutting the burger.
Do we have a knife or?
We can get
Justin,
one.
we got a
Oh,
knife
okay.
or something?
Yeah.
Knife and some utensils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we just gonna show off a couple of little things that we like to snack on, just to keep it plant-based when we just sitting around. Some dried up fruit from a acai bowl right here. I had one of them this morning with some
Plant-based Greek yogurt.
plant-based Greek yogurt. Man, that was so good. It was ridiculous.
And it comes with granola as well.
And there's some dried pineapples, dried cherries. Takes the place of one to munch on candy. 'Cause I used to be a big candy freak, and drinking this poppy.
And
I
as
ain't
we
trying to do
mentioned, this acai bowl has the plant-based Greek yogurt. It has 17 grams of protein. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because a lot of times as plant-based eaters, we are asked, how do you get your protein?
Right.
Right.
So this yogurt, we purchased it from Whole Foods. One serving has 17 grams of protein. So there you go.
Since we was having that discussion about dairy earlier, and that's what it is. Once I've only been on this journey myself, 7 going on 8 months, and just noticing the differences in my health, in my life. That's the only thing that I talk about. I mean, I don't try to convert anybody per se, because I'm still doing my transition, but my transition is going 100% well. I ain't having no issues. I don't have no cravings for no meat, point blank. Because once you work on the mental aspect, you pretty much know then, you can conquer anything. That's with anything. And just looking at wanting to just have a healthier diet, wanting to live healthier and eat healthier, like you were saying before. And because you see all the different things within our community, and unbelievably, a lot of people don't know we actually are the biggest representatives within any ethnic group of being quote unquote vegan / plant-based. So with that being said, we still trying to kill all these stereotypes of feeling like you gotta eat this or have that. We're gonna let this meat eater live on camera
Yeah.
find out what's up with Bougie Bites.
I'm gonna tell you the truth now. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you.
we gonna let you see.
I'm gonna dabble in some of this. It looks.
I'm going to let him dabble, but I'm going to ask you a question, Damon.
Please go ahead.
So you've been on your plant-based journey now for 9 months. What would you say has been the hardest thing to give up?
The hardest thing to give up for me as you know, was cutting sugar out.
Mhm.
Um, either whether it be from candy or sherbet or soda. But once I cut sugar out, first and foremost, it was real easy to transition to everything else. I already didn't eat a whole lot of other like red meat anyway,
Mhm.
um, and I had already got to the point I had already stopped eating fried chicken for the most part.
Mhm.
So transitioning over 100%, it's been easy for me because I already mentally wanted to do it for the last couple of years,
Mhm.
and just got tired of being a procrastinator
Yeah.
about my health.
Dabble in the egg.
Uh-huh.
Is
You
it
know, it's like
It's a
you
half.
can't
That's what I
you
need.
can't give excuses about your health
Yeah.
because you're the one that's in control of it.
Really a big sauce.
You're the only one that's in control of what you consume. Ain't nobody putting no gun to your head about eating no pork ribs.
Mhm.
You know, you choosing to do that,
Yeah.
and you know what comes with it.
Mhm.
So it's like if you learn that most of your diseases or health issues come from what you consume, it's like one plus one. You why not go plant based?
Yeah.
You're not gonna miss any. I know for a fact that you're not gonna miss any kind of flavor. I mean, people see me all the time on the Road Tripping Vegans presented by RedBlackandVegan.com. Anybody want to check it out? But I already know how great this burger is. I ain't even concerned with it. I'm really trying not to. I want to eat this real bad, but I want to finish my statement as well, though. But honestly, to finish off what you were saying, though, just knowing the benefits that will come in the future. One thing that you said to me the other day, in reference to something we was talking about before, when people complain about the price of this or price of that in regards to having a plant-based diet, and the one thing that you have to look at it as you're investing in your future, investing in your
Your
life.
health. Mhm.
Why would you not want to eat the best of what you can eat? You know what I'm saying? Why would you not want to have a man? I don't know.
Okay. While he's eating, what I was saying was, because I think you mentioned it last week on the show about how expensive it is to eat a plant-based diet. But when you look at it long term, you're gonna save money, your insurance premiums,
Right.
because you're not most of the time you're not purchasing a medication because of some illness that's brought on by unhealthy diet. So it offsets that, you know, with your health. So that's my take on it when people say, "Oh, it's expensive to eat vegan or plant based," but it's not always expensive though.
No, it's not.
I mean, you have, I buy my stuff in bulk at like Whole Foods. You
Yeah.
know, you can get your beans, your legumes, know,
Right.
things like that. So it's really not as expensive if you're making things, from scratch.
Right.
Now, if you're buying like the Impossible and the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond Burger, that's when it gets a little expensive.
Yeah, but this is my take on it too. Like, you only get one body, so you gotta
Exactly.
make that count. And it's like
Say that again.
Exactly.
you're
Exactly.
putting, like, either you can use regular fuel or you can use premium fuel. Like, if you put regular fuel in a car, it's still gonna run,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna have its top
Oh
performance.
my God, I had the same analogy last
But
week.
if you put premium fuel in a car, you're gonna get
Exactly.
everything in the top performance that you can get
Exactly.
into the car. So your body is a machine, and it has to be fed the proper nutrients and to get tip top
Exactly.
performance.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
That's man. Have you That was great. That analogy was great as well.
I mean, it's real. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you had bougie bites before?
No, I haven't. I said I was gonna have them, so
Oh wow. Okay.
today is
Ooh.
the day. So
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
We got a plant rating on our show. Was 1 to 5 plants.
Okay.
And
5 being the highest.
Okay.
Right. So you want to go ahead and rate?
Yeah, it was really good. I definitely give 4.5. I think if I got it there, it would be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that whole experience. So
Absolutely.
4.5.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Right.
I'll come back.
Is there
He's
any
chewing.
water around? Any bottled waters around or anything like
I
that?
can't heard.
I see.
I got gas.
And I only got 5 grams of sugar, and that's
Poppy.
yeah, that poppy is apple cider vinegar based.
Okay.
You can really tell the difference too, as far as drinking that versus any other kind of soda.
Yeah, I don't even drink soda. I haven't drunk soda since '97.
Good for you.
So yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
You wanna give us a
He's still chewing. All right.
Which
Why
you'll
don't you
find
do
out,
your rating?
I am a slow eater. I mean, I came up in that chew it all the way up, and that's where I am. So I will say, the burger, I would see, for me, it's alternatives that has been my problem, because a lot of times maybe it's made the way it was prepared. It tastes like mud or something to me. It just doesn't. The taste doesn't same. But this right here, I would eat this. And you see, I'm a burger eater, so this right here would be, something that I would seek out. It's really good. I'm not a sauce eater. You don't have to put nothing on my food. I'm one of those that you throw it in front of my face. Even I don't know what to call it. It's not a soup to me, but it gives me all the vegetables, and it still gives me now because I'm ignorant to this. Is it potatoes? See, I didn't know.
Roasted potatoes.
Okay, so it's certain ways that you can eat potatoes that are prepared. Now I've seen
It's like
this.
that girl who was in line at Slutty Vegan.
I mean, because
They got potatoes that taste like French fries. I mean, French fries that taste like potatoes.
Right.
but,
It's like, well, you know what? People say that. They was like, so the potatoes are vegan too?
Yeah. I've
right,
heard that
because
question
really,
several times.
it's and you.
Wait a minute.
You
Did you did he get some of that cheeseburger egg roll?
Yeah. What?
I ain't see it over there. I know why it's gone.
I'm taking a part of all of this, but what I'm getting at is, you made a point of last week. I just so happened to be going past St. Louis, Forest Park and Vandervender, and I looked to the right and I said, "Damn, what's going on over there?" Nope, it wasn't promoted. I don't want to say properly. I don't know what proper, because when you talk about the thing in Chicago is, the community is probably a little bit bigger as well. But in St. Louis, I happened upon it, and then when I saw it, I was like, well,
I found out about it through y'all.
Oh, wow, yeah.
When y'all posted it, that's how I
Wow.
found out about it.
this ain't a
Really?
us. I thought this ain't a us type of thing.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I go with them, but I like us. So I was like, well, no, this might not be my kind of party. So I went on over to the foundry where I was headed. But now I'm looking back at it, I would have, just the other night, I went to, Delmar, some kind of event on Delmar. And it was really a nice, kind of environment. Didn't have to worry. I wasn't thinking about, I go back in my window. It took me away from the everyday of what we deal with here in St. Louis. And I would have now, knowing that this is the type of festivals that you can run into, I wouldn't mind taking part of it. But the burger, back to the food, the burger is top shelf. I don't know how to rate, because I don't know where to rate from.
Right.
But I
1
tell
through
you
5.
what,
1 being the lowest,
but
5 being the highest.
this might be okay. This might be a 5. And on somebody else, mine, they might be a 1.
You
I don't
talking
know.
about your
For me-
line.
But from
For
a
me-
person who eats burgers,
From a person who
yeah.
eat burgers, I just had a Five Guys join the double the other day. So I can say I could go and get down on, because when I talked about
rating.
money.
The
My
rating.
rating is a 5, but when I talked about money, when I talked about, you gonna hit the bell over here? No, but when I talked about,
Wrap that shit up, B. Wrap that gavel.
The rating is a 5 for me, because it's really, I can't tell the difference.
Oh,
But-
that's the thing.
But coming from somebody who don't know the difference, I mean, this right here is really something that I would dabble in. I would do this. This is something that I would absolutely go to. But like you say, it's not a storefront. It's just,
Oh, yeah, we're down the street.
That's the kind of things we be trying to let people understand. Like you never,
All right. Take the
you're
camera
not.
off
If you move or transition toward plant based, you are never going to miss out on flavor. That's the one thing that you're going to get. Flavors enhanced in all different kind of ways. Um, which led me to one of my questions. What do you believe makes Bougie Bites different from other vegan restaurants?
Here locally, I would say here locally, it's not too many black-owned ones. We have like a handful, like probably less than 10, particularly. People love sweet art. We love sweet art a lot. But they're, if I'm not mistaken, they're vegetarian and they're not fully vegan. Like I think we're the only vegan food truck in St. Louis. And most of the restaurants, I don't know if they could not
100%
sustain
plant-based.
straight
They are
vegan.
now.
They're 100% plant-based.
They're plant based.
Oh, are they now?
They did transition.
Yeah, we don't want to
last year.
put no misnomers out there.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. But a lot of times people, they'll do vegan and vegetarian. I think at the beginning when I was thinking about it, I was like, maybe I should do vegan and vegetarian. But then I was just like, no, because it's not solely vegan. And I don't know, why. But I think for us, because we're solely vegan, that's it. And then it's still, like I said, it still tastes like foods that we eat every single day. And that was the idea. It was catered to people who eat food every single day. It's just giving them accessibility of having a different alternative. I'm not asking you to change your lifestyle. I'm not asking you to do any other thing outside of give you a access point of something that's not beef, pork, or chicken.
Right. Now, within the vegan community, business-wise, are you finding more networking and hand-to-hand, or the stereotypical old-school St. Louis mentality of people thinking, oh, everybody's a crabs in a bucket mentality, nobody want anybody to get ahead of them? Is it more people working together, or is it still more solo? You understand what I'm saying? Because we have a big reputation here of people not wanting to work with each other.
In the vegan
Just in the
community?
in the
black community or just
right.
Oh, okay. That's a loaded question. I'm not really sure to answer your question. I'm not really sure about collaborations or people trying to work
I don't want to be
together.
there if Bougie Bite's gonna be there. You know, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I haven't. I have not run into that experience. And a lot of times I think too, like the events that I'm doing, we're the only vegan truck. Or I have not ran into that.
That's
those
a good thing.
experiences.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
That's a great thing because you don't ever want stepping stones like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Per se, when you're trying to get your business off the ground.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nobody wants to run in there. You already got too many other red tape stuff in the background
Yeah.
to fight with.
As
Who
you
wants to
said.
fight with? You know, somebody we should be building with.
Right.
You know, it's money out here for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so why would I want to, stunt anyone else from? You know,
That's interesting. Yeah, no, I have not. We have.
hopefully
Well,
you
that's
never
good.
will.
Yeah.
Hopefully you never will
Right.
Yeah.
encounter
I think
anything like
a lot
that.
of times too, it's just like I'm a good researcher, so it's like things that I know or one that I'm interested in.
Right.
Like you gotta pay to play, and
Yeah.
that's just
Another stigma too that a lot of people have with just being vegetarian or vegan or whatever you are is that you don't gain weight, you're gonna be skinny, and
Right.
it's not the case at all. You know, you're gonna have healthy weight. You're gonna have better fats and things of that nature. So a lot of people just have a whole stigma of what they think or what somebody told them, and then it's like you're taking information from somebody that's not in that, or you know, you heard, like find out for yourself and see, start doing like you said,
research
eating more vegan vegetables, because it's a lot of people that don't eat vegetables or fruit, and they're gonna die. That's
Basically.
And they be proud of it.
They're
yeah.
gonna
I
die.
don't,
They're
I
gonna
don't
die
like
prematurely.
I don't like water. I don't drink water. Like
Yeah, they're gonna die prematurely.
you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like,
We all gonna die. We all gonna die.
it's no way around it.
But it's funny that you said that because I think I made it like a social media post like when Slutty Vegan came in town. I was like Bougie Bites is almost like the Slutty Vegan of St. Louis.
Yeah.
You know, like people were lining up around the corner hours and hours.
Yeah.
And then people were like, well, I had never heard of y'all.
Yeah.
And I said, well, where do you normally go out to eat? And those are people who normally don't go out to eat. So it's just like, if you're not a real diner or a DoorDasher, you probably wouldn't have heard of us.
Exactly.
You know, because that's not your everyday or that's not part of your lifestyle. Somebody probably told you about Slutty Vegan.
Exactly. And they did.
You know, but a lot of people that was in the comments, they normally don't go out.
Yeah.
They don't dine out. So you probably wouldn't have heard of us. And I was just saying, like, that's interesting. You guys were waiting hours and hours.
Exactly.
And here
so
I am.
What's interesting is like, okay, you have yours, Bougie Bites, but I've been to and I freak with Sweet Vibes. They're really good too.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I started listening. I'm like, we have Sweet Door, we have
Yeah.
Sweet Vibes, we have Pizza Head, we have Terra Taco.
Yeah.
I mean,
At least
you have
on.
Bombay. Like,
Yeah.
it's so many I can just name literally off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
waited from 4:45 to 5 o'clock one day. I was talking to her. I'm like, you want me to bring you some Bougie Bites? She's like, cool. I'm like, man. I go over there and forgot that they don't open at 5 o'clock. So I'm all like, damn. I'm sitting. Matter of fact, that's how I found out about the dude with the shrimp. Cause the guy who be cooking, he's like, yeah, the dude went out of business. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. Cause like you said though, honestly, and I'm not just saying that cause she heard, it wasn't no like huge difference between those Slutty Vegan burger, or in the Bougie AF, or the
no, they use Impossible
the
products
Bougie
and they
Banger.
also
You know what I'm
use
saying? It was like you said, it was the niche aspect of it.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
For anybody in St. Louis or coming to St. Louis, you need to get to Bougie Bites. Straight up, if you're coming on the highway, you coming from 70, they're gonna tell you to take 44 West. Then you get off at Hampton and you go to the left. You go south on Hampton. Then you have to go up to the light at Columbia. And you have to make a quick U-turn, and then you're gonna swing back around. You're gonna see the Hill Food. It's nondescript. You've seen it on the video that we got on the Road Tripping Vegans. But it's seriously though, get there. Don't forget all the other stuff on the. Shout out to the other restaurants that's there. Big shout out to them. But this is about Bougie Bites today, and that flued out shrimp and the. Cheeseburger egg rolls, which are outstanding. You know, y'all in St. Louis, y'all like all these different flavored egg rolls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if y'all have not had these cheeseburger egg rolls, that was the first thing that we had. First time we went, we got there on a Saturday. We got some food, and like a dummy, I was like, man, we need to go to Chesterfield Outlet Mall. So we ride down the highway, and we like, man, we gotta do this review. So, as a matter of fact, she was driving. I think, we broke that egg roll in half, and she was like, "Damn!" We was like, "Man, we need to pull up." We almost pulled up on the side of the highway and did a review. And we hurried up and got to that parking lot. We did a review in the parking lot.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah, that burger was fire. Because outside of the spiciness from the jalapeno, it's something that's putting a little sweetness in there.
Yeah, that's the pineapple chipotle sauce.
There you go. See, I'm glad she just described it. I'm glad y'all saw how I got down with it. That burger is great. That was the banger.
Yeah, the banger. Yeah.
And now what's on the Bougie AF?
So it's lettuce, red onion, and pickles, and then the bougie sauce.
That bougie sauce.
People say, "Why you know tomatoes?" I was like, "Well, tomatoes is seasonal, and it was like, do you want to offer this?" Seasonal burger or have it year round.
Exactly.
So,
speaking of seasonal, I have two questions for you. Have you thought about putting seasonal items on your menu?
Yeah. So we do have some items that we dabbled and played around with, and it was just like, okay, this would be seasonal, or when we actually have our own brick and mortar.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we first launched, like I said, last year, it was doing Mardi Gras. We had these amazing noodles that we call hangover noodles. And it will remind you of a ramen, but not ramen, obviously. Because it was in a vegetable broth, but just like a hearty broth. Because sometimes you just want some noodles. And some vegetables in them noodles. You know?
Take it from us. Take it from us. Just remember, ain't nobody got no fish.
Oh, the fish.
Well, speaking
yeah.
of fish, that was going to be my next question. Are you going to replace the shrimp? I know you're looking for another vendor, but if you can't find another vendor, is there going to be another item that you're interested in replacing?
I've been talking with one of my chefs to come up with another recipe because I want to make sure that we use an item that we can continue to repeat and and use over and over. And I know people use I think the heart of palms
Yes.
for the fish. But that's still never given me that fish taste.
Yeah.
And I kind of still want to.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to get something to taste exactly
Eggplant?
like, huh?
The eggplant?
We haven't tried eggplant. She haven't done eggplant. But I will. I may be to try it.
When Oh My God came here, I believe they had eggplant.
Eggplant? How was it?
It was cool. It was cool.
I gave it like 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more. Wasn't that was breaded?
Yeah.
It was more bread. It was cool. It was cool, but
so they're working on that, and then also we've gotten a lot of gluten-free people asking, and it's really challenging to do vegan and gluten-free because a lot of the products obviously are wheat-based.
Right. Exactly.
So the chef is working on that as well to try to at least come up with at least 2 signature gluten-free vegan items.
now
And
I'm
we have
glad-
our tacos, but the tacos are seasonal.
I'm glad you said that because once again, you have people who don't really understand the science that goes in behind the scenes of having to come up with dishes that excuse me, that can be used for mass consumption.
Yeah.
That you can make money off of as well.
Yeah.
And like you said, we were just looking at something the other day about test kitchens, and so that's basically what you're speaking towards.
Yeah.
Your test kitchen, because like I said, you have people who think, well, you just make this and put it on the menu.
Yeah.
But you gotta, it has to. From what I'm hearing, it's like you're saying, if it don't taste good to you,
Yeah. Yeah. We
you're
have
not gonna sell
a
it.
few rounds of tasting. It's like, no, this cheese ain't right. This,
That's good
Yeah.
that you do have it
So-
like that.
How many different cooks do you have? Are you using?
So right now we have 4 different cooks, and the place is small. So I think once we change locations, it's gonna expand our hours to be open up every single day and longer hours too. So it gives people opportunity to work for us. We're always hiring. So yeah, if y'all need a job, we're always hiring on a food truck or at the kitchen. It gives opportunity for people to be able to, because people are like, oh, every time I try to get y'all always close, or I don't want to drive that far over on this side of town. So, but you can't satisfy everybody.
Exactly. And you're not in St. Louis. You're not.
That's one thing I was thinking about the other day, in the realm of when you think about where everything is located, as far as for plant-based options, there's nothing north.
Yeah,
There's
no,
nothing north.
No,
it's nothing. And I think Cece's was out there, but then she closed.
So is that where you going?
Well, I looked at a spot out there. I haven't heard nothing back, so maybe.
Let's hope so. It's kind of hard to deal with North County sometimes, though. But
I feel like it's out of town for me.
but that's one thing about the plant-based community, though.
They'll drive anywhere.
We will drive anywhere.
Yeah.
We have to. I mean, we don't have a choice.
Right. And but that's one thing, like we was talking about before, that mental aspect of the change that you make in your thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Like you have some people who will be like, oh man, that burger costs $15. That ain't nothing.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
That
for
ain't
your
nothing.
body.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But you'll buy some $400 tennis shoes.
Or you willing to get a number 6 from McDonald's?
I'm gonna say McDonald's at the value meals are like $12.
Right, they
so
doing a
what's the
special
difference?
trying to bring back a old cheap price
Right.
for some old cheap food.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? But it's not a problem or issue with what I've noticed within the vegan community. People, like you say, they don't mind making that investment.
Right.
Yeah.
So I really do hope y'all get a chance to come up with more and more things on the
Oh,
menu,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
as we have seen with our show going around at different places, and that's the one thing that stands out amongst different restaurants is when you can offer something that somebody else ain't doing. Like when we that shrimp. That's why y'all couldn't keep it in there. 'Cause when people was finding out y'all had vegan shrimp, I'm pretty sure it was like, man, I can't believe this. 'Cause matter of fact, that particular day when I was telling you that I was waiting, I met a guy in there, and it was his first time coming. And I just so happened to be waiting, so I'm all like, "Hey man, can you see if they got that shrimp available?" He was like, "Nah." He was like, "Nah." First thing he said was, "They got shrimp." I'm like, "Man, it's off the hook." Matter of fact, the big dude who be cooking, he came in.
Oh, Mike, yeah.
Yeah, that's when he told me like, yeah, the dude went out of business, and that's when I was like, man, maybe y'all want to holler at the people from Bombay, cause they shout out to them too. Because he
Absolutely.
said his wife is making a lot of this stuff, but if y'all can, whatever y'all want to come up with, I'm pretty sure we gonna support it, cause we ain't had a bad experience
Oh,
yet.
I appreciate that.
Honestly, matter of fact, last week at the food truck at the St. Louis vegan night event, a lot of great customer service. I can't remember if you were there because it was so hot
it was
that
hot,
it was
yeah.
hot as hell that day.
Yeah, customer service
But
is key.
that's the great. That's
Yeah.
the good.
For
The
sure.
good thing about it, as hot as it was, and where y'all was located at, everyone who was there had a great attitude and was giving great service.
Good.
So I don't know if anybody told y'all that or anything like that. I'm a big we big sticklers on customer service.
Oh yeah, you have to be. And then on the food truck too. I mean, that's gonna always be, it's either too hot or it's too cold. It's just you're
Right.
working outside in the elements.
Right, and your workers got to understand that
Yeah.
you can't come off with no kind of attitude towards the people.
Yeah.
These are the people that's buying this food. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And they definitely understood it that
and
day.
you're getting paid for it, so
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
a very
for sure.
high competitive
Yeah.
pay.
Right. Well, hopefully, you can find this brick and mortar spot somewhere
Yeah.
good and accessible, and we
Open
don't have to
7
worry about
days a
no.
week.
Exactly.
Because a
Yeah.
lot of times we run into a lot of vegan restaurants are closed on Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah.
So it'd be
Yeah.
nice to have a restaurant available 7 days a week.
Especially within our community.
Yeah.
There's a couple
Exactly.
other restaurants. We don't have no problem with it that's open 7 days a week, but we need our community
Yeah.
Right.
to get that money, especially on them Mondays and them Tuesdays. What is it about black businesses on Mondays? I don't
I
understand.
mean, it's like a restock day, isn't it? Like,
Well, see, in the beginning, we were closed on Sunday and Monday because we were open initially at the kitchen 7 days a week. And then I think in the beginning it was just like slow sales. It was just slow. And then I was like, okay, we got to be open because now it's more of a demand. But I think they figure like a Sunday or a Monday is a day to do the prep
Yeah,
or
for sure.
whatnot.
Yeah, that makes
cleaning
sense.
and
Yeah,
all
the
that.
cleaning and
That
store
makes sense.
shopping.
Yeah.
I've seen it like
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense.
Well, my last question for you would be, what advice would you have for anyone looking to be an entrepreneur, whether in the vegan
In the food
community,
industry or just in
vegan community,
Oh.
industry, or anything?
I think that if somebody is interested in starting a business, like research is key. Like, do your research on whatever the topic is, whether it's a product-based business, a service-based business. Don't expect people or to give grants or money. It's like really weird because people are like, well, how did you? I'm like, I can't even speak to that because I didn't get a grant. Like, you just figure it out. Do your research and then kind of be really clear on what it is that you're wanting to do. Like, if you want to sell jewelry. You don't need to be selling jewelry plus X, Y, and Z. Because it kind of confuses the customer. Like, what
Right.
is like?
Your target.
Yeah,
base.
what are you doing? Just be real clear what it is, and then if you're unsure, start like going to places that you think you might want to be in that industry, and you may or may not want to do it, but like start going to those events because they haven't, But my key advice would say start.
And let them know ain't no off days.
No,
No, it's not.
Ain't no off days. Once
Just-
you
just
decide
do
to
it.
start, that's
Yeah.
it.
just do it, and then particularly like you said, we would love to see more black vegan restaurants or pop-ups or anything like that. If somebody decides they want, I'm going to put that out there. Do a lemonade stand. Do a lemonade stand. We did one for the 4th of July, and we made $3,800 in 4 hours, which was
Wow.
insane.
Nice.
Lemonade.
What a
to the
great
grocery
idea.
store.
That's so
Right now.
so simple.
Yeah.
It costs less than $500. Like,
Right.
I mean, it's just so many different business ideas
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah.
just do it. Just
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a corporate 9 to 5 or?
No. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, so this is three. Like this is my third business. Like I have a home care, and then I have an e-commerce beauty business. So yeah.
That's great. That is great.
it going.
A woman of many hats.
Yeah.
And many
Multiple
blessings.
hats. That's great.
Yeah.
That is so good.
My last corporate job, I think, was like right out of college, like I don't know, 2010 or something like that.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Fontbonne University. I'm sad they recently closed.
Yeah, that was
which is-
wow.
yeah, and I was a board of trustee. That was insane. It was just we just celebrated 100 years. I was very sad about it. But yeah,
Well, degree in.
so my degree is in fashion merchandising.
That's what's up.
I was a social work major for like several years, and then I switched it to fashion. So yeah.
That's great. That is great. Do we look good?
Thank you.
But Mr. Adams,
Yes, sir.
Broski, any advice you got for anyone? Excuse me. Anyone starting business or who just want to live a healthier life?
Same thing. Just do it. Don't get discouraged. Try it and just pray on it and go from there. And don't let anybody stop you from what you're trying to do. And don't worry about people coming on a journey with you. Like sometimes the journey is a solo journey. So sometimes you pick up people
Yeah.
along the road, or you might not. So, but it's for you. you know,
Right.
So that's my main thing. And check my shirt out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I love that.
yeah. Papa was a vegetarian.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if he ate kale or that dinosaur kale.
I don't know. Like it looked different. I don't know if it was just
Dinosaur
spinach.
kale. Yeah, that's great. I don't know if y'all ever have heard of or seen like the medicine salad online.
No.
Check that out on YouTube.
Okay.
Marche put me up on that last year. The medicine salad. Watch that video, man. It's off the hook. It's nice
sure.
too. We've tried to recreate it a few times at home, just as close as we can, and because it's just like you having a lot of different everything you can
Right.
possibly imagine. Yellow peppers, green peppers, red peppers, dinosaur kale, romaine lettuce, cilantro, parsley,
Liquid aminos.
chia seeds.
Yeah.
Nutritional yeast.
Yeah, oh, man, it
Yes,
tastes so
it's a lot of
good.
things.
Yeah.
Man, it tastes so.
But it's medicine in the food. So
That's why it's called
Yeah,
medicine salad.
exactly.
but did he have was it raisins or
I believe there are raisins in there.
cranberries?
Mm-hmm. Raisins, yeah.
Yeah, whatever you can put in there,
yeah.
as long as it ain't nothing creamy
Right.
or what them other people eat.
Right.
But I'm really glad that y'all came by
Oh,
today.
thank you.
Mr. King,
Billy
you want to
King.
give us a synopsis on plant-based eating? What you think?
Well, I think
If you think you may be if you think you may be in the future may want to
I-
transition.
I think that it's a possibility after eating this type of food. It's because before it wasn't even a pot. I'm like, no, if you know, somebody could come. No, I'm cool on that. But now I see that there is an alternative, and I'm not opposed to, moving a different direction because like I said, at 51 years old, I'm starting to see now that the old. I'm starting to slow down. I used to always say I'm hoping to just keep my mental, but now I'm starting to forget and things of that nature. So I'm trying to find different alternatives that'll give me. I just want to be around long enough to sit on the porch with the kids. I don't. They got Uber now. I don't even ask to drive no more after a certain age. I just want to be here. So I don't have a problem. I mean, I think that the alternative, the light has flashed. So. It's a possibility. Now, don't get me wrong. Rome wasn't built in a day. It took God 7, and He's perfect.
You can't say that
It
life
took God 7. So I'm not saying it's gonna take me forever, but I'm gonna have to. If somebody told you today you got to stop smoking weed, you take about 7 of them. At least get yourself together. Right? You couldn't just come off of it today. So all I'm saying is, I'm trying to gradually shift. And like I said, you've been doing something for 51 years, and now all of a sudden you think it's gonna
Just
change
turn
that?
it off.
No, I'm born at night, at 11:45 at night. Not last night at 11:45. So I'm just thinking that the transition is possible, and now that I see that there are alternatives, tasty alternatives, because I've always known there to be an alternative, but tasty alternatives.
Yeah.
Now I could see. Okay, well, I could see it happening.
My target audience.
Tell me.
It's people. It's just accessibility to alternatives.
I like that.
'Cause we having a ball. We having
I
a
like
ball.
that. It gives you something to think, because like I told you last week, the minute we stop learning is the day that we go on to glory. So I'm learning something different, and I'm I didn't start out saying that I was going to do anything, but it can happen.
And,
Y'all can go ahead and start making them milkshakes. If you really want to know. 'Cause we done been to a few places that serve milkshakes.
Right.
Chicago in
Yeah.
here. So it's like, y'all can go
Yeah.
ahead and put that on the menu. Hey, just call us up. We can let y'all know. Hey,
Right.
anything y'all want to think about putting on the menu.
You'll be our tasters.
Oh, man,
Okay.
hell yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Me too. I will too.
Right.
Let's say milkshake now.
You
Wait a
ain't got to
minute.
trip off that. Oh, yeah.
I
You be
mean-
like, hey, we want to bring somebody.
Don't this look like a milkshake body here? Let me on.
No, it ain't. It's a non-dairy milkshake.
But like I said,
Non-dairy.
here it is. We used to say I would never drive a car that's electric. I used to tell people that all the time. Now I'm saying I won't come back. Now that I've gone electric, I'm just saying that it can happen. I mean, this is just one of those things that I'm looking now and saying, okay, it can happen.
So a lot of it too is just changing your mind state of just, you know what I'm saying, opening up. So you said with how you eat, like I can tell a lot by a person with just how they eat. Like if you offer them something and it's not what they eat, long as it's not nothing bad, sometimes they'll be like, no, I don't like that. How do you know?
Right.
Until you try it.
I like
You know what I'm saying? How do you know until you try it? And then, even if you don't like it that time or from that person, try it again. And then keep trying it. You know what I'm saying? Until you find something that you do like. Because it's something that you do like. But you have to put it out your mind that, oh, it's going to be nasty. If you put it in your mind that it's going to be nasty, it's going to be nasty. So it's not going to change. You have to change mentally
Absolutely.
into what you're doing.
Took me 30 years to eat avocado.
I love it.
I love it now.
I
And
love
that's
it.
one of them
I
things
eat
like
them
I said,
just-
I won't touch.
Man.
Because like you were saying, mentally, I
Yeah.
felt like
Unless
my
this-
palate
unless
was
this made from
open.
avocado.
But I just
didn't know.
I couldn't
Yeah.
get past the texture. And I
Yeah,
could eat
some
pretty
people
much
say that.
anything. But then when I realized, like you said, I mean, why am I
Yeah.
rejecting a superfood? Well, you know how stupid I sound?
A superfood.
You know, for some of the best shit for my body, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting up here like,
Yeah.
well, I don't like the texture.
Yeah.
You have to realize, you know,
I
you're
cut
not
one
making
open
any
and
sense.
just eat it as is.
It's,
too.
it's too
Yeah.
good for you to turn it
Yeah.
down.
Never done it.
You know,
Yeah.
that's some of the, my
try it maybe.
thought process with
Yeah.
my journey.
Yeah.
Put a little
Is
salt there.
why-
You gotta do
Some
something.
fresh lime.
Why-
You can't eat that way.
Disregard what's the best for you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hold you up if you got to get out of here, Latoya. I know you
All right.
y'all's on a tight schedule.
Yeah.
But once again,
Thank you for
before you do go though, let the people know where they can find you online.
Yes. BougieBitesSTL.com or at 2360 Hampton Avenue. And then you can always follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Bougie Bites STL.
And hours of operation.
So let's see. Sunday and Monday from 12 to 8. We're closed on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday from 3 to 11 p.m. And then Friday and Saturday from 5 to 1 a.m.
All right, hope y'all heard that. It's
That's
on
what's
the
up.
weekends, late night.
Yeah.
Get you some of that. Get you some cheeseburger, egg rolls. They all the bomb. And them fries good as hell too.
They work
Everything y'all got is good. I ain't had
Thank you.
nothing bad there. Hurry up and get that shrimp back. get a fish sandwich on the menu for the fall or something. But we gonna work on that. And thanks again for coming by today. I want to
Thank
thank
you.
everybody for coming by today and taking part of this plant-based takeover. See, I'm high. I got the camera facing me. So dumbass. Nah, but seriously, in anticipation of our new show that's coming in the future, Tequila and Tofu, the plant-based podcast, is coming very soon. very soon. Like I said, we trying to make sure that we can try to link up the plant-based community in St. Louis and international, locally, national, as much as we possibly can. We got a lot of friends we've been gaining nationally and internationally, unbelievably. You know, not no scammers either. It's been some scammers, but it's been some real people that we've been getting in contact with too, though. That's been loving some of the things that we trying to do and put out there, and we just been loving the reception that we've been getting, and we want to keep everything going and making it strong as we possibly can. Honestly, going into the future, and that's gonna be it for tonight. And next week we got our last week with our older great. Once again, want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, the St. Louis Cannabis Club. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to older great. Missing in action again on vacation, and be on the lookout for the Road Tripping Vegans on Instagram. And I am gonna upload some content on YouTube. I'm sorry, I've been focusing on Instagram so much, but be on the lookout for that. Redblackandvegan.com, the Curly Vegan on Instagram. A wonderful woman right here. She's my inspiration to lead this life. She's been vegan for 10 years, and she gives me the cheat code. But once again, want to thank everybody for coming by today, and y'all have a good day. We out of here.
Thank you.
Oh, that was dope. Well, I didn't see.